Output modes. The output mode in Spark structure streaming specifies how data is written to the output sink after processing. The append mode only allows adding new records to the result table and is suitable when the integrity of past output must be preserved, such as with logs. Complete mode rewrites the entire result table, which is necessary for aggregations that change over time, like full table counts. Update mode updates only the rows that have changed in the last trigger, which optimizes resources for use cases where intermediate results are required. The choice of output mode thus directly influences the efficiency and correctness of the stream processing, aligning with the semantics of the output data. In this video, I would like to demonstrate how the different output modes of Spark structure streaming differ. The first one is append. Append is the simplest thing. So if I have, for simplicity, I'm just using array to generate records. If I use append, here I'm using append, and I'm using the console appender, or the console sync, then it's just going to put out the records one by one. So let's just do first append. Okay, now I run this, and this is gonna be output modes, and I'm going to run this. So we should just see a record, a row show up on the console one by one. Okay, first batch is empty, and then yeah, so we get multiple ones just because they fit into the window. Let's say append. Yeah, so it basically puts out the records one by one, but now you might have a batch of multiple ones. Okay, so this is append. Complete is when Spark rewrites the output every single time. Complete is something you use when you use aggregation. When you don't use aggregation, I put a comment here, it's actually an error to use the complete output mode. So you can only use this with aggregation. And let's see. So let's try to run complete next. This is going to rewrite everything every single time. So append, as you guys can see, it does do them in batches, but each time, if you look at it, it adds one record to the batch. So it starts with at the beginning, right? It starts with let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3, and then it says 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 0, 1, 2, 3. So it goes one by one. Now, if I do complete, what you will see is I have a filter here that I apply to this stream. So let's see, this filter is incomplete and update. I'm using this filter, and what it does is that it makes sure that the stream is only producing every odd minute it will only produce certain stock IDs. So that's the filter. So every odd minute it will only produce stock IDs that are larger than 5, and every even minute it will only produce stock IDs that are lesser than 5. So what this allows me to do is when I do run the complete and the update mode, actually, we will see that only only those stock IDs will get printed out that have changed. Now we are doing complete though, and if you do complete, then everything will be put out. So let's try to do this and run this. This is going to print out both the stock IDs that are lesser than 5 and the stock IDs that are larger than 5, because basically I'm doing both sides of the filter. Well, actually it's still filtering, but I'm rewriting the output every single time, because I'm telling stock to put out the complete result every single time. So let's see. Initially, it's just going to be the first half, because the other half is not there yet. So we are in an odd minute right now. That means, according to my filter, I'm only getting the stock IDs that are larger than 5. So that's what we are seeing. We are getting the stock IDs that are larger than 5, and eventually, as now we shift to an even minute. And now we are going to eventually switch to the stock IDs that are lesser than 5. So this is that situation. But because it's putting out the entire output every single time, it is showing all of these records. So that's what complete does. Now, if I use update, then update will only print out. So let's compare this to update, because complete and update are a nice pair to show, because they are kind of opposites, right? So if I do update and I run this, then I will only see one or the other half. So here we saw both halves every time, because it's printing out all of the generated output of this aggregation that we have here. This group by aggregation, right? I'm aggregating by stock ID and counting counting the records. So now, if I do update, I still have the same aggregation, but I'm asking it to only update the rows that have changed. So let's see what changes. We should only get again, the data set is filtered the same exact way. So now we are in an odd minute. In an odd minute, I only should be getting the stock IDs that are larger than 5. So let's see. Okay, so now we switch to an even minute. So that's why we are getting the ones that are smaller than 5. But it's only going to, once it switches to the other type, what you guys will see, once it goes back to an odd minute again, so it's 11:44 now, it's an even minute, so we're getting the small stock IDs. Once it switches back to 11:45, we will only see the large stock IDs. So this is in contrast to what we saw before with the complete output, which printed out all of the aggregated records every single time. So let's see. Eventually, I should see. So as you guys can see, the count is going up because more and more records are being received. Let's say now it's starting to show the larger stock IDs, and the significant thing here again to notice is that it's not showing the smaller ones. So it's only showing the ones that are updated. So that's the difference between update and complete. And again, Append just puts out the records onto the sync, each record that you're sending it. That's it. Thank you for listening.